Now, the sense organs to comprehend this object, respective sense object in the world, they are actually not comprehending. They are basically data collection centers. It just gives you a stimuli of a thing that is perceived or experienced by given sense organ. And for them, to collect the data of the gross world, it requires a gross body, a golaka, that we'll see later on. But then, where is it that knowledge takes place? What is it instrument that processes this data and comes to some conclusion or different types of thinking? And that is called mind. And now the creation of the mind is explained. The mind, that is called in English, in Sanskrit it is called antahkaranam. It is created from the sattvic amsha of all these 5 basic elements. The collective sattvic amsha, together sattvic amsha, is antahkaranam. So ear can give stimuli of only the sound. The nose can give the stimuli only of the smell. But the mind, or antahkaranam, and can know all the 5 type of objects, 5-fold stimuli. The knowledge about it takes place in antahkaranam because it is made up of collective sattvic amsha. Individual sattvic amsha, respective sattvic amsha gives rise to, sattvic amsha of the respective Panchamahabhutas gives rise to distinguished sense organ, particular sense organ, capable of comprehending only one respective sense object, whereas the collective sattva of all the Panchamahabhutas can comprehend all the 5-fold stimuli. That is being talked about now. Etesham panchatattvanam samashti sattvikamshat mano buddhi ahankar chitta antahkaranani sambhutani. Antahkaranani sambhutani. So, the antahkaranam is born, what in English called as mind. Sambhutani is born. Antahkaranam means inner organ. The sense organs are called bahikaranani, external organs. Mind or antahkaranam is called inner sense organ, inner instrument. Karanam means instrument. Anta means inner. From what? He says, Etesham panchatatvana. From the samashti sattvikamsha, the total sattva, collective sattva aspect of these Etesham panchatattvanam, of these basic elements, is born as antahkaranam. Antahkaranam is 4-fold. Manaha, again the translation is mind. Buddhihi, intellect. Chittam means the ego. And ahankara, third. And 4th is chittam, means memory. So from samashti sattvikamsha, from collective sattvikamsha, the 4-fold antahkaranam is born. For what in English it is called mind. Of that one is called mind. Pancha pranaha are also called prana, and prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana is also called prana. So, the first is mind that is born, the inner instruments. That means they are means to know. They are gnanendriyani. The senses, sense organ of hearing, sense organ of touch, sense organ of seeing, sense organ of tasting, sense organ of smelling. All these are all senses of knowledge, senses of perception. Therefore, inner instrument is mind, antahkaranam, which comprehends all the fivefold stimulus. Now, he defines what is the difference between all this. Why do we call fourfold mind? In a way, mind is nothing but thoughts, continuous flow of thoughts. These thoughts, technically called as vrittayaha, are fourfold and therefore of four types. Therefore, antahkaranam is divided into four categories. But basically, it is a thought. It is a vritti, very subtle, because it is born out of sattva amsha, and after that of sattvi, that subtle state, when this akash, vayu, agni, water and prithvi are in the subtle form. So what is born out of the subtle form is very subtle, but it is in the form of thoughts. What are the differences, or how do you define these four? See that. Sankalpa Vikalpa, next one. Sankalpa Vikalpatmakam Manaha Nishchayatmika Buddhihi Ahankarta Ahankrutihi Chintan Kartru Chittam. He says Sankalpa Vikalpatmakam. Atmakam means of the nature of the Swarupa. What is the nature of Manaha? The Sankalpa means decision and sometimes doubts. So volitions, decisions and doubts, when they are there, it is Manaha. Nishchayatmika Buddhihi. When there is a resolve, firm resolve, there is a firm ascertainment, firm decision of the nature of thoughts, of the nature of firm resolve, firm decision, from ascertainment. It is called buddhihi. Ahankarta ahankrutihi. That sense or those thoughts that I am the doer is called ahankaraha. And Chintan kartru chintam. Chintan kartru means to think of something which has gone by. So the thoughts regarding what has gone by means the memory. The memory process is called chittam. This is fourfold division of the mind. Antahkaranam. There is doubt. Sometimes you doubt, did I lock the door or not? Have I put the mobile in my purse or not? Etc. These are doubts. And then you ascertain that doubt. You check up or you recollect. No, I left from the home, and when I left from the home, I remember having opened the purse and put my mobile into the purse or into my pocket, or I remember having locked the room, having locked the place and put the key here in my pocket, back pocket or front pocket, whatever. So that is decision. Most of the things are done mechanically in our life, and when we done mechanically, the necessary attention is not given to an act that we have performed. It creates a doubt whether I did it or not. So that is manaha. And when the doubt is resolved, it is called buddhihi. When you come to conclusion, when you come to ascertainment, when you come to a decision, no, this was like that. I certainly had locked the room. I certainly remember that I have put the mobile here. That is buddhihi. And then comes ahankara. What is ahankara? The one who says, I am the doer. I have done it. It is only because of me this is possible. That one says, or one may not verbalize it, but that sense, that feeling is called ahankara. Ahankara means one who owns up all the actions done by manas and buddhi. as mine, as I have done, or I am involved in whatever way. All the actions of mind and buddhi and sense organ are owned up by that is called ahankara. Okay? That is also in the form of thought. However, it's a special thought, a different type of thought. It is, but then ahankara is vritti. That is, that vritti is less variable or nil variable. What you know, what you do is variable. But that I am the doer sense is relatively invariable. Okay? And last one is function of the chittam is chintan kartru chittam. Okay? Chintan kartru means what? Chintan means recollection. And the recollection is always based on the past memory. Recollection is of the past experience. Recollection is of something which is gone by. So thoughts of the nature of recollection is chittam. So this antahkaranam consists of 4 types of thoughts, and according to the nature of thought, it has been given different name: manas, buddhi, chittam, and ahankara. Now, this is the subtle manifestation of 5 senses of perception and antahkaranam, 6th one, and subtle manifestation of Pancha Mahabhutas. But now, Bhagavan Acharya Shankaracharya ji adds here something more. He talks of the different deities, the presiding deities. Please recollect what we saw earlier. When I see a dream, when I create a dream world, with the entire dream world is nothing but manifestation of my knowledge. There may be sentient and insentient objects in the dream, like rivers and mountains and cars and roads and gas and etc. It is only and only one's knowledge of the person that manifests as river and the mountain etc. So also Jagat is manifestation of Ishvara, who is Pragnanam Brahma, who is of the nature of consciousness. That consciousness alone manifests as this world. Like dream, there are certain sentient objects and there are certain inert objects. But since it's a manifestation of Ishvara, that Pragnanam Brahma, we don't look upon these inert objects as inert object. I don't look upon Prithvi as inert object. I don't look upon sun as an inert object. Don't look upon moon as an inert object. It is manifestation of Ishvara. Which Ishvara? Which is Grahana Swarupa. And since it is manifestation of Ishvara, that phenomenon is Ishvara, and so through this phenomenon, through this manifestation, we can worship Ishvara. I can invoke Ishvara in sun, and therefore, for that it's a symbol for invocation. And that way, every form is a symbol to invoke Ishvara, but traditionally and logically, we invoke the Ishvara through sun. As I said, there is a particular form of invocation. There is a particular aspect of invocation and of the form, particular aspect of the Ishvara that is expressing or that is in front of me. So, that is why this various manifestation are looked upon as devatas. Now, here, the presiding deities of various sense organs, various phenomena which are caused by the devatas is talked about here. Look at the next writings of the Vashyakara. Manaso devata chandramaha buddher brahma ahankarasya rudraha chittasya vasudevaha. He says, All these sense organs are presided over by different devatas, and therefore they function. The deity for each devata is talked about. First he is talking about antahkaranam, and then rest can be discussed. The antahkarana is fourfold, we have seen, and the manas part of antahkarana, the mind, is presided over by moon. Chandrama manasaha devata. Chandrama, the moon, is presiding deity of the mind, the manas. And as we said, Chandrama is not this gross Chandrama that we see every day, morning and evening. We are talking about subtle manifestation of the creation. So what you see, Acharya is connecting to total, giving us the total vision. What we see, Chandrama, is presided by the Devata, and that is why here also the Manas is presided by the Chandra Devata. That means when you seek grace of Chandra Devata, you are seeking grace of Ishvara to master the mind, which is also not only seat of doubts and volitions, also a seat of emotions. So we are trying to grow out of emotions. And Chandrama is Manasa Devata. Therefore, these writers and poets and all people, they get a lot of inspiration on moonlit night, full moon night. And I am told in a mental hospital, these mental patients they have to be dealt with very carefully. Their craziness or their psychological state undergoes a lot of change, and they become more aggressive when it is Purnima. So, Manaso Devata Chandramaha. Then, what is the next sentence? Buddhehe Brahma. So, for the Buddhi is Brahma. Okay? Sometimes some other variety says Surya, whatever it is. Brahmaji or Surya is a manifestation of Ishvara only. But here it is Brahmaji. So, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. So, they all three devatas technically preside over Manas. Buddhi. And further he goes, Manas Buddhehe Manaso Devata Chandramaha Buddher Brahma Ahankarasya Rudraha. The Rudra is or Shiva is a presiding deity of Ahankara, and Chittasya Vishnu. The Vishnu is a Chitta Devata of Chitta or memory. So when you look at this mind from this perspective, that it is presided over by different devatas, that is a manifestation of Samashti Sattvic Amsha of the Maya, we get connected to total. Your existence or your life is no more left individualistic life. I am not an isolated person like an island in an ocean, but then my life is connected to, I am connected to totality. These laws, different deities mean different laws, connect different varieties of order. It connects me to the whole, and I am connected to whole. And this basic connection is by creation. The individual at all level is connected to whole that is being revealed. Now, having talked about Sattvamsha, he said, distinguished sense organ of perception was created out of the Sattvamsha of a given sense, given bhutas, basic element. Then total Sattvamsha of all the five bhutas gave rise to Antahkaranam. And now Acharya talks about Rajas Karyam. What happens to the Rajoguna of all these Panchamahabhutas, individual, what is created out of Panchamahabhuta, and this is created of Panchamahabhutas Rajasams, individually and totally. That is being discussed here in the next Vakyas. See that. Etesham panchatattvanam madhye akashasya rajasamshat vagindriyam sambhutam. From these five elements, among these five elements, Rajasamshat, then that means from the Rajas aspect of who? Akashasya. From the Rajas aspect of Akasha, the Rajoguna of Akasha was instrumental or is caused. What is caused? Vagindriyam Sambhutam. So, from Rajasamsha from Sattvamsha of Akasha, the Sattvamsha of Akasha is Granendriya, Shrotrendriya, capacity to know. And capacity to produce words, Vagindriya, Karmendriya, is also from Rajasamsha. Okay? Of this, basic, Rajas is one of the basic element. Now, from that Rajas, there is a Vakindriya, speech, organ of speech. Akasha, organ of speech, and Akasha is the cause for organ of hearing, Granendriya. See further. Vayoho Rajasamsat Panindriyam Sambhutam. Vayo, from the Rajas aspect of the Vayu, the subtle element, subtle Indriya called hands, Pani Indriyam, not Pani Gujarati, water Indriyam. It is hands are created, So Vayu Devata is there, is the presiding deity for the hands. Then he says, Vannehe Rajasamsat Padendriyam Sambhutam. From the Rajas aspect of Vannihi, from the fire, what is created? Padendriyam, organ of speech. So, organ of speech was created from Vannehe. Feet, not organ of Padendriyam means feet. Feet come from Rajasamsha of fire. Then speech comes from Jalasya Rajasamsat Gudendriyam Sambhutam. From Jalas, the Rajasamsa of the Jala is a cause of organ of evacuation. And Prithivyaha Rajasamsad Upasthendriyam Sambhutam. From the earth, the Rajas aspect of the earth is organ of procreation, is born. So, 5 organs create different Indriya. Akasha, the Rajas aspect of individual, gives to Vak Indriya, organ of speech. The Rajasamsa of Vayu gives organ of hand. The Rajasamsa of Agni gives rise to feet. And the Rajasamsa of water gives rise to organ of excretion and evacuation. And lastly, the Rajasamsa of Prithvi gives rise to organ of procreation. And then Samashti, total Rajasamsa. Next Vakya, Etesham Samashti Rajasamsat Pancha Pranaha Sambhutaha. So from the total Rajas aspect of all these 5 elements, mind you, which are subtle elements. From subtle elements are born 5 pranas. This completes Antakarana. We had discussion earlier, Sattvic Amsha, each senses of knowledge, Rajasamsha, each senses of perception, then Mana Buddhi Chitta Ahankara, Samashti Sattvamsha, and Samashti Rajasamsha gives rise to 5-fold pranas. What are these pranas? He says, Etesham samasti rajasam sad pancha pranaha sambhutaha. From the total rajas aspect are 5 pranas. Prana means they are responsible for physiological function. 5 sources or 5 basic elements, five things which are responsible for physiological functions called pranas are born. Okay? Okay. They are, so organs of action come rajas, and samasti rajas gives this organ by which one can do prana, etc. And then Acharya talks of grossification of these elements, how the body, etc. is born. All that discussion we shall take up in the next class. I am traveling. Last week I took class from Canada. Before that I was US and missed one class. Now I am in Japan and it's quite late, so we will have next class back when I reach back home, and we'll see how the grossification process takes place. Namaste. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. We'll see you when I'm back at home. Namaste to all of you.